Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video and it's titled "You Lied Too Much. Ben Carson humiliates Whoopi Goldberg to her face on her own show." You guys, I'm super excited as always. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
One of the other quotes that we've sort of gotten from the research is that you sort of feel that there is not actually a war on women, but there may be a war on what's inside of women. Is
that's true.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, the babies. I mean, we're killing babies all over the place.
It's crazy.
And, you know, we should be, I think people can probably understand. In my case, I spent my entire career trying to preserve life and give people quality of life, even operating on babies in the womb, operating all night long sometimes on premature babies.
That's true.
And I get to meet those people, you know, when they're adults and productive adults. There is no way you can convince me that they're not important, that they're just a mass of cells and that you can do anything to them.
I want to ask you this. Have you met with the women who have to make these horrendous decisions when they have to make them of whether or not they can bring a child into the world?
Is y'all right upstairs?
I mean, we talk about bringing children into the world all the time, but periodically, some women feel, I just can't. And are you empathetic to them? Because we
I'm
just
very
had
empathetic.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Very empathetic. And what I have said is that this is a job for us in the private sector. What we need to do is make sure that we provide adequate daycare centers for these mothers so that they can get their GED, their associate's degree, their bachelor's degree,
you're assuming that these are mothers who aren't educated. I mean, I'm talking about women who make that.
Of them.
I don't know that you can.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
This is not funny.
Let me tell you a fact. The fact is, a lot of those young girls who are having babies out of wedlock, when they have that first baby, they stop their education. And that child is 4 times as likely to grow up in poverty. We as a society have an obligation to do what's necessary to stop that cycle from occurring.
Exactly. Is birth control then to the Republican Party? They should be out there really applauding Planned Parenthood for supplying birth control, mammograms, and everything else.
Seriously.
Are you against birth control, too?
I don't speak for the Republican Party. I speak for me.
Okay, for yourself. Are you against birth control also?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. And so I guess you believe in daycare centers and maternity leave and food stamps and all the things that go along with raising a kid if you don't have the money.
Here's what I believe in, because I get sick and tired of people, particularly progressives.
I agree. I agree with you.
Saying Carson grew up poor, he must have benefited from government programs, and now he wants to withdraw all the programs from poor people.
We do not assume
Wait a minute. I've heard that so many times. You've heard it too. It's a bunch of crap. And what I really actually want to do is provide people with a mechanism for coming out of a state of dependency and climbing the ladder and becoming part of the fabric of America.
All right. But I think my question. Actually, I'm going to let everybody else ask their questions.
It takes me to Obamacare because you said it's the worst thing that has happened in this nation since slavery. How is it slavery and over 9 million people have it?
Let me tell you.
Oh, slow down. Hold on there.
Why?
Why?
Because this is supposed to be a country that is of, for, and by the people. The government is supposed to be there to facilitate life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. With this particular act, the government comes along and says, don't care what you people think. This is what we're doing. We're cramming it down your throat, and if you don't like it, too.
Okay.
Wow, you guys, the women on The View are far too gone, because I don't know how they can say light and call it darkness and call what is right wrong. One thing they're supposed to be advocating is for mothers to educate their daughters on what to do right in order not to get pregnant, instead of terminating those babies and calling them clump of cells. I'm so glad that Ben Carson is actually putting these women in their places. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below, and let's wrap this video up, you guys.
Okay. I'm with you fellas.
That essentially shifts.
Because we've done that. That seems to be the way of the nation.
But it shifts the relationship between the people and the government. The people are supposed to be at the pinnacle. The government works for us. It's not the other way around. And we need to restore that.
Okay.
That's very important.
All right. Are we done?
Anybody else?
I just wanted to ask one last thing.
All right.
I mean, you said that you don't necessarily relate to the Republicans, and you don't really say you're a Democrat either. So why do you feel this way?
I said I don't speak for the Republicans. I didn't say I didn't relate to them.
Yeah.
It's a very different thing.
Is there anything about the Republicans that you don't relate to?
Well, I am not a highly partisan person. The issues that affect us are imminent financial collapse if we don't change our ways.
Forgive me, Dr. Ben. Forgive me.
They're not Republican or Democrat issues.
Dr.
Wow.
Ben Carson, y'all. Members, wait. Members of the audience, you're all going home with Dr. Ben's book, A More Perfect Union. Thank you, Dr. Ben. That's insane.
His academic record's being sealed is not. Wait a minute. Tell me how there's equivalency there. It doesn't matter where it is. Tell me how. That is a silly argument. Tell me how there's equivalence there.
All right.
Tell me how there is equivalence there. Tell me somebody, please. Because you see, what you're not going to find with me is somebody who's just going to sit back and let you be completely unfair without letting the American people know what's going on. And the American people are waking up to your games.
Yeah, damn right.
I just feel obliged. Ms. Clark referenced the non-discrimination guidance for LGBT individuals under the Equal Access Rule. Again, we've been talking about this for some time. Where we left it last year, you were not going to replace the guidance that instructs providers how to do this. And I want to paraphrase, and I want to make sure I get it roughly right. You said, I wouldn't like the guidance you put up, and I believe presumably because, in my mind, it would allow or promote discrimination against LGBTQ, particularly the trans community. It's still not up. How does the program operate? How does the law that requires equal access work without guidance?
Seriously. Appropriate guidance is going to be put up. It's being worked on. But the reason that I
said
that...
Just for reference, that's the third year in a row you've said that, sir.
The reason that I said that, the reason I said you probably wouldn't like it is because from what you've said in the past, you don't agree with my statement that everybody gets equal rights, but nobody gets extra rights.
That's true. Who gets special rights in non-discrimination?
Well, let's put it this way.
Are you implying that if someone's trans, they have to get special rights just to use the shelter?
I can tell you the answer. When you have a single-sex shelter, and it's there specifically for women who are abused, and then people come in who do not appear to be women, but they say they're women, and you have to accept them.
Boy.
Does that impinge upon the rights of those women? We have a lot of documentation from those women that says it does impinge upon their rights. So if you can give me, and I said this when I came to Chicago and spoke with your group, which I enjoyed being with them. I thought they were great people. But I said this, if you can show me how you take care of that individual who, and only thing you want to do is go on the basis of what they say their gender is, you can show me how to be fair to them and at the same time be fair to those women who are saying they're very uncomfortable with that. I am all ears.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting video. And what are your thoughts on this video? Leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.